What's your biggest month in the storage unit that you had?
$86,500. Yeah.
All right, so this is just a conversation, but I wanted to bring you on, Ben, because you know what I do for a living. I'm like a mindset guy, and I help people quit addictions.
hmm
One part of quitting addictions that most people miss, and it's the most important thing, is to build their mission and build something new so that the old crap doesn't matter anymore. Weed's boring, alcohol's boring because you got something going on. And I want to bring you on here because you got something going on. So, for anyone who doesn't know, this is Ben, and how are you? You're bloody good, right?
I'm bloody good, mate. My philosophy on life is if it's not a bloody good day, it's not a day worth living.
Well, your entire business went around that because your business is called Bloody Good Mattresses. You and I have built businesses completely different. We've both got two successful businesses. Mine's based on my own brand, which is my name. I don't have a third party business. It's just me. That's not scalable. You can't sell it, blah, blah, blah. But mine's passive income based on information products. Yours is in the real world based on physical products, and you sell mattresses. But they're not just mattresses.
They're bloody good ones.
They're bloody good mattresses.
I mean, if you're going to have the audacity to call your business bloody good, your products and your service better well be, mate. Proud to say I got 5.0 on the feedback, which is fucking impossible to do.
Not only on Google, but also Facebook is 5 stars as well. And I know that because I put it on your website when I built your final website, which is a damn good website.
It's bloody good, mate.
It's bloody
good day when you sleep on a bloody good mattress.
So anyway, this isn't all about your mattresses. I know they're bloody good. I've got some of your weighted blankets. You're wearing some of my merch now. We love each other's businesses, right? Satulagi, bro. We're both on our journey now. We've both made $1 million. I've done it online. You've done it with physical products. But now we're trying to race to get $1 million this year. Within a year, make $1 million. So to make this valuable for people, there's a pivotal moment in our past. We met on some random, who knows when we met, but you used to have a drug dealer that sold you weed, and I was the guy that sold him weed.
Yeah, Jay.
So that's kind of, we didn't really know each other. Me and Jay were close, and you and Jay were close. We didn't really know each other. So there's a pivotal moment that happened in the back shed of Jay's house. You remember that?
I do. Jay and I, and can't even remember her name, girl. We're in the shed.
Some long forgotten lady. Yeah, go on.
A long forgotten lady. And you came in and you were working for Living Social, and you had your fucking fancy suit on, and you go, "Hey guys, I've got something to show you." And then you pulled out your computer and you showed us quit-weed.com.
Yeah.
Which was your very first info product. And I think you just started it. You might have got a couple of sales, but it was like literally when you started.
Yeah, well, it was less than a month old, but it was already pulling its weight. It was making between like $30, $100 a day, passive income.
Yeah, and we were the first people you showed it to.
You were the first. I didn't tell anyone, but I was close with Jay. I think I was there to probably deliver some ounces or something. And you guys were just like, right, that's what we did.
Yeah.
And I was excited, and I'm like, Jay, I'm earning passive income. I'm helping people. I thought he would hear this message with, like, as amazed as I was about it, because not only we helping people now, it's passive income, it's proper business, and we can grow this thing to something big. But Jay didn't see it like that.
Yeah, he said, "Who are you trying to impress?"
Who are you trying to impress?
Where I'm in the background, I had this boom, boss dog light bulb moment where I'm like, you can make money off your words. Like the best thing I've ever had is a gift with writing. And I'm like, you can make money as a marketing writer. So that was like literally the first time I ever got clued into copywriting. And I went down all this long, big journey of, learning about Gary Halbert and Dan Kennedy and all those guys. And you used to talk about Eben Pagan and all those guys and Matt Lloyd. And we went deep on that.
Yeah, Matt Lloyd, Jesus. Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, we used to follow them all, man. Like it was my obsession. So for me, it was different than for you. For me, I wanted to quit selling weed for a long time, and I couldn't for a very long time because I'd try to quit, phone would keep ringing. What am I going to do? I'm going to answer it and make the money because I had nothing else. And so I was kind of trapped in this thing. So basically what happened from that moment on with me was I sold my SIM card so that my phone wouldn't ring anymore and I could quit selling drugs. And I started down this road of quit weed. I ended up doing quit alcohol, quit cigarettes, quit gambling, which didn't work. And then I started helping people build online businesses because that's what I was doing, and helping people escape the matrix or rat race, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But you were probably the first, and you held your own initiative. And then we worked together many times in the future, and you started selling mattresses.
So I did every job. I went the opposite way. I was actually a full goody at school. I got 95 UAI, started doing law. Never smoked a bong until I was in fucking university, you know? The opposite of you.
I was selling weed as a kid. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I dropped out way before that. Yeah.
And I dropped out during university. Uni wasn't for me. Law was a bit too dry for me. I'm too creative for that. And the thing is that I did every single job you can think of. I worked as a bar manager. I worked as a restaurant. I worked as a chef. I did like 50 different jobs. And
so did I. I went through that phase. Sorry to interrupt, but you went through that phase and I went through that phase. I landed on drug dealing, and that's kind of what always helped me up. So when you were in the shed, was that you like you'd done with the jobs, you were just lost at that point, or what?
No.
You were still doing
I was actually selling beds at that point.
Oh, how funny. Yeah, right. Okay. As an employee.
Yes, as an employee, but that was the first job that I actually really enjoyed and I resonated with. And the reason that I resonated with, and the reason that my addiction to weed was such a stellar one, was that it's probably the wrong word, but I'm going to use it anyway because I love that word, stellar.
I like it.
So the reason that my addiction was so profound was on a deeper level, beyond depression and anxiety, was that I've always had trouble sleeping. I've had a big 20-year plus battle with insomnia. And I found it helping when I switched to a new mattress that was comfortable and supportive and right for me, it was half the battle and helped me to sleep better. So I was like, shit, I just want to help people sleep better.
True. So we're going to go real quick through these 3 businesses that you had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which are Zen beds, Ven beds, then bloody good mattresses. This is what I know about your journey because I kind of helped you with each one. We were always
you did all the websites.
I did all the websites and a lot of the brainstorming, and the first couple didn't work quite well. I mean, Bloody Good Mattresses is $1 million brand, so they compared to that, they didn't work.
I had $1,000 to my name, borrowed another $1,000, and I took $2,000 in, and I bought 50 beds, and I flipped that into $11,000. And then out of that, I showed people exactly what to do, and I created Classified Selling Secrets. It was an info product.
I remember that. And that was a really good book that showed step by step what you bought, what you sold it for, what you bought, what you sold it for. You were just flipping stuff using Gumtree.
Dude,
Craigslist.
My mate, like, I had a van, and everyone used to follow it. Everyone was like, hey, come move me, like the most annoying thing in the world. He didn't even pay me. So he gave me his old bed. So I flipped that into $300. I bought a $300 caravan and I flipped that into $1,000.
Yeah, nice.
And
that's in the book, Classified Selling Secrets?
That's in the book.
And it's such a shame, that book, because I remember it was awesome. I remember building the sales page for it. I think at the time you didn't really own it and you didn't really promote it. Like, you didn't try to sell it. But I just wish more people read it. I wish more people read it, bro.
Well, why don't we bring it off the shelf, and anyone who's listening to this anyone who is a subscriber or a listener, if they want to have Classified Selling Secrets, contact Tristan and we will give you a copy as our gift for listening to this.
For sure. Maybe even don't contact me because that could be a lot of work for me. I'll put a link down below. It'll be obvious in the description of wherever this is. All right, I like it. Okay, so you were flipping stuff using classifieds, and then you wanted to own your own brand, and you'd already picked mattresses as your product because you resonated with it.
And people started saving my number and saying, hey, where can we get more beds? So I started my own brand, my first brand, and it was called Zen Beds.
Zen Beds! I remember. Zen Beds!
Because I'm into yoga, meditation, I'm vegetarian. That's me, man. That's Brahma.
You are very yogi.
Yeah, I'm very much a yogi who swears a little bit.
You're an Aussie yogi.
Yeah.
You're an Aussie bogan yogi.
I'm a bogey. I'm a yogi with a touch of Aussie bogan.
Yeah, you're a bogey. I always call myself.
That, bro.
Yeah, that's what you are. I always call myself an upper class bogan.
Yeah.
I've got less yogi in me than you, and I do yoga, but I don't love it. But you're a dead set bogey, bro. I reckon that's what you are.
I'm a bogey. I'll own it. Brahma's a bogey.
Brahma the bogey, the
Brahma's
bogan
a
yogi.
bogey.
And you'd be the
So
only one. Bogan is actually opposite to yogi usually. For
no,
those
no.
who don't know, bogan is like what Americans would say white trash, right? It's the poor, lives in a caravan, whatever, dresses in Adidas and drinks bourbon and coke on the street.
Like a chav, it's like a yokel, it's like a trailer trash person.
Yeah, trailer trash. That's it. All right, so we got Zen beds, man. We're selling them out of the storage unit.
No, first of all, I was in the garage, and then my missus
Ah,
at the
yeah, yeah,
time, she got a brand new car and said, "Nah, beds are gonna go."
yeah.
So I was like, "All right, where do I go?" Because I was still doing copywriting clients. So I was like, "Okay, how about I check out a storage unit?" Well, I was in a storage unit for 4.5 years. Do you know how good you have to be to sell out of a storage unit?
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Mattresses. 10 diplomats and 2 famous politicians in Canberra bought off me in a storage unit.
Who would have
So
guessed, man? And I remember you were there for years, and I remember the big unknown for us was, can you sell mattresses out of a storage unit, right? Like people have to try before they buy, but a
yeah.
storage unit ain't really a nice place to be trying it out.
The biggest thing when they came into the storage unit, it's like no one ever said it to me, but I could just tell what they were thinking. And their shoulders were all stiff, and I was like, "What the hell is this dodgy off the back of the truck sort of Sons of Anarchy energy?" I just wanted to plaster a sort of like tattoo on my head. I'm just trying to save overheads, bro. You know?
Yeah.
So I had to find a way to unshrug their shoulders because they're like a fucking penguin. So it's like I used to point to the bestseller.
Yeah,
And I'd say, I know this mattress is bloody good because I sleep on it more than I want to tell you. This is what we have in our spare room, and it's my bed whenever I'm in the doghouse. And just the level of like energy and attitude, they could tell that could be possible. You know, like as in, yeah, you look like someone that could get kicked in the doghouse a bit because you're pretty full on, and that's cool. And they just resonated with it, and they loved it, and they'd unshrug their shoulders, and I'd just be helpful and help them choose, and then 90% of them I got. But it was that one moment, the unshrugging of the shoulders, where Bloody Good was born. So Bloody Good mattresses, and the first mattress called the Doghouse was born from there.
No, Bloody Good started to grow pretty quick from there once you branded it that way, because you realize it's so cool that your sales pitch evolved into your brand. That's how on point it is, because it's like that's what works. So let's brand the whole thing like that. You know,
I had marketplace feedback hundreds of times.
Marketplace feedback. That's it. That's exactly what it is. It's marketplace feedback. The big unknown was we didn't know if you could sell online without people trying it. We didn't know that. We also didn't know, could you sell in a storage unit and make a lot of money doing it that way? But what was your biggest month in the storage unit? Just in a dodgy storage unit selling your little mattresses, what was your biggest month income wise?
$86,500.
There you go. There you go. So this is proof of concept, right?
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. That's the thing that, look, the branding is completely on point to the fact that the biggest mattress in a box company who just did not $100 million last year, they're copying my marketing. I've been playing way too small. And this year we're going to make millions together, bro.
Will I mention them? I won't mention them. I won't mention them.
Yeah, we don't need to mention anyone. Fuck them. You know,
Yeah.
my luck is fucking, 9 out of 10 of our customers think our mattresses are bloody comfortable with a dog on the bed. Get fucked. You're actually being a dickhead.
Well, that's your brand, Bloody Good, and the dog on the bed is also your. If you go to the website and check it out, you'll see that Benny's got the dog on the bed.
My luck is, man. They know what they're doing, and it's time to fucking fight back and say, look, you might have good branding, you might have good marketing, but your mattresses are fucking shit, dude. They are. Anyway, back on point.
I feel like you're telling me my mattresses are shit.
You know who I'm talking to.
I know who you're talking to. If I can zoom out from your business for a second, I like to talk about mindset. I like to think about how it changes your life.
Mm-hmm.
Your two main addictions over 10 years ago were probably weed and gambling. Is that right?
100%.
100%. How did it affect your addictions to build this $1 million brand?
It looked like there was like a ghost or something in the background of you right next to your thing. It could have been a palm tree, but it looked freaky. It's freaking me out, bro.
Well, earlier it was funny. It could have been a dog. There's dogs always here, but
no, but it actually looked like a person, like the shadow of an arm or something, like right there.
Ooh, I'm in the jungle. All right.
You know I'm fucking with you, bro.
Oh, you
Anyway,
can't. Oh, you can't. I've been here too long. I can't get scared anymore.
anyway,
Answer my question.
so I've always had a bit of a like an addictive personality, just like yourself, a
Oh yeah,
compulsive nature.
yeah.
And it's like on a deeper level, it was the now this is a challenging question. Good, well played. I wasn't ready for this one.
No, that's good.
No.
You get why I'm asking you this, because the people that watch this, I always talk about building the new and then the old will fall away. And that's exactly what happened to you. You built the new, you have your mission to help the world sleep better. You happen to make $1 million in the meantime, good for you. And the addictions fade away. The same thing happened to me when I help people do what
Okay.
when I follow my
Now,
mission, I don't get the addictions anymore.
thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
So, gambling is like the ultimate self-sabotage. You throw your hard-earned money away for nothing. It's not even like you can't win. It's designed for them to always win. The house always wins. If you stay long enough, how many times did you used to go to the pokies and no matter how many thousands of dollars, if you stayed long enough, you'd put it all through?
The problem I had was that I was a drug dealer, so I would be sitting at the pokies, which are slot machines for those who don't know. And even if I ran out of cash because the ATMs had a limit, people would come and buy weed from me, which was just in my pocket, and I'd sell them the weed, take the money, and put it back in the pokey. And the worst thing is, if you lose, you lose. But if you win, you also lose because then you're going to think that you can win. So you're going to come back and put more in. So I remember one afternoon I won $5,000 and $7,000, 5 minutes apart. Didn't matter. All gone later. That's the week I lost $22,600, and that's a story for another day. But yeah.
Okay. So gambling, it's funny because gambling hasn't been a big part of my life really for a long time. Like and it started with Zen beds to Ben beds to bloody good. And I'll tell you why. It's because when you start and build a business, you work too damn hard for that money to waste it.
And also, I agree with exactly what you just said, but also you need the cash flow
100%.
to inject back into the damn thing.
Yeah.
You can sabotage the whole baby through gambling, and that's why, as an employee mindset, I can blow everything and then hold my breath until my next pay next week. But as a business mindset, you can't.
Like if I don't sell a mattress, I don't eat. I had to learn that very quickly.
Yeah.
So it's like on a deeper level, the second one, which is a lot harder, a lot more challenging, because you and I, we both know if we're being truly honest with ourselves, we fucking love weed, and we always will.
I've never had a problem with weed. I have a problem with the weed habit, and same as gambling. I don't have a problem with gambling. I have a problem with the gambling habit. Same as alcohol. I don't have a problem with alcohol, just the alcohol habit. Cigarettes, I have a problem with. There's no benefit with cigarettes, but
okay. So with weed, on the deeper level with me, it wasn't just about the punch of the bong and the way it helps me to go on a deeper spiritual level. It was about mostly, and wholly and solely, it was about helping me sleep. And what I'm saying is that my whole mission, my whole life is about helping me solve my own problem and help other people solve the problem. I get fucking shit sleep. I've probably got fucking bags under my eyes right now.
Bro, you just hit such a great point. Is you've probably heard the saying before, everyone writes the book they need to read. So when I wrote Quit Weed, what do you think I was trying to do? Quit weed, man. You built $1 million mattress company because you couldn't sleep. Like, it's crazy. So for those people out there that if you've got a major problem, something you're obsessing with, that's your business. But not only that, check your platform. If you're always watching TikTok, you should be making TikToks. If you're always watching YouTube, make some YouTube. If you're always reading books, write a book. You know, do what's coming in and let it come out again, because that's, I don't know, that's just how I've noticed that it works.
That's a fucking boss dog point you just made, bro.
Thank you, sir. The only other thing is, I would say, is to do what you're doing, not for money. If you're doing it for money, too many people I know are building businesses just to get rich or whatever.
You have to have a deeper why.
You have to have a
Your
deeper
why has to be like money comes to those who help people. You get it. You help enough people get what they want. Your infinite riches will be just around the corner.
And something that you think is so damn important. Like for me, mindset is so important. I've had friends that I used to hang out with that have killed themselves due to having a poor mindset. I've had friends that I used to hang out with that are stoners on the couch that ended up with $1 million brands just like yourself. and it's nothing else but how they think, you know. So to
What's
me, that's what's
between
so
these
important.
two ears, you know?
Yeah, and what you feed it, man. What you feed it. That's why I love what I do, and you've got the insomnia mission. You love what you do, and that's why it works. And neither of us have a gambling problem anymore, and neither of us have a weed problem anymore. And that's why I
And
had
it feels bloody good.
it feels bloody good, bloody good.
Bloody good, mate. My favorite marketer, who's like since passed away, but he was this big, massive, fat dude, and he made his own like scent cleaning products and detergent products, and his name was Big Kev, and his catchphrase was, "I'm excited."
I'm excited. I'm excited.
And I'm excited to be talking to boss dog entrepreneurs like yourself, Tristo. And it's been a pleasure. The fact that I wouldn't have been here. Isn't it funny how we come full circle? That moment in the shed took me to being a copywriter, then took me to Zen Beds, to Ben Beds, to Bloody Good, now to Bloody Good 2.0, and all these crazy, amazing projects we're about to crack it with. Like you with Satulagi, me with Brahmaco, you with Mushrooms, me with Benny and Friends. We're about to fucking smash it.
Well, it's interesting that you've done it with physical products. I did it with information products. I did it the passive way. You did it direct sales way. And now we're switch swapping. And I'm doing Satulagi, which you're wearing the merch right now. And then, yeah, that's cool. And then I'm also doing, I believe so strongly in mushrooms as supplements that I want to build a mushroom supplement business. And you're coming full circle with Benny and Friends, which is a children music entertainment company. Brahmaco, which is your writing.
It's everything. Everything's going to flow into Brahmaco.
Yeah.
That's my true resonance. So I just wanted to tell you one last thing that you should hear. So I was just talking, you said, why did you take 5 minutes? It's because I had to quickly tell Jessie that she could go to bed, trying to be considerate as a partner. She, you know what she said to me? She goes, "You look handsome in that t-shirt."
Satulagi.
Satulagi. Satulagi.
All right, bro. Thank you so much, man. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on here. And
you too, bro.
And I'll catch you later. And you have a bloody good night.
You have a bloody good night out there in the jungle, and don't let Chulachaki get you. That's the spirit of the forest.
Hasn't happened yet, bro.